Go to patreon.com/tiltedtripodmedia. Support this channel by becoming a member and unlock the future of video, product reviews, travel, and more on Tilted Tripod Media. Click that subscribe button and welcome to the future of video. And smash the bell icon to be notified about weekly videos. Are you tired of wasting your hard-earned money on crappy products that just don't live up to their promises? Well, what are you waiting for? Try this.
Introducing Arctic Air.
This is liquid drywall.
Introducing the Bavarian Edge.
Welcome to the show where I save you time and money exposing shitty products. Welcome to Try This. Welcome back, everyone. Chris here, and welcome to another episode of Try This. On today's episode, I have the Wopet smart camera with treat dispenser for your dog or cat. Wopet sent me this unit for free to review. They are not paying me to do this review. Anyways, I've seen this before, and I've seen a bunch of these different cameras with treat dispensers in them, and I've always wanted one, mainly so that I can take a look at Bailey while I'm gone on long trips, filming things, just so I can check in. And this one was at the top of my list because it looks very high quality. I've, seen it on Amazon before, and the only thing that was stopping me from buying it was just I couldn't afford it, unfortunately. So the videos aren't making me enough money to be able to afford the products. Hashtag Patreon. So I wanted to give a big shout out to Wopet for sending me this unit, and thank you so much. I'm so excited to get into this thing and see how it works. I was a little bit worried when they first emailed me. This is the first person that's ever, I guess if you want to say, sponsored an episode of Try This. So, that's a milestone. Congratulations to Wopet for being the first. I have no experience with this product category or this specific item, but it's been high on my list. I've wanted one of these, so I just can't wait. So let's get into unboxing it and see what's inside. All right, so here you can see on the box, that is the front of the box. It's very nicely well packaged. I like that it's got these diagrams. The English is easy to understand. It's not broken. I mean, intelligent dog camera with treat dispenser. They could have, picked a better name, but still. And the Wopet is fine. That's a good, label and whatnot. And you can see it has an HD it has an HD camera with night vision. It has buttons for manual feedings or a manual treat. It has an AC outlet port. You can even hang it on the wall. That's kind of cool. So I guess if you don't have any camera space. Where am I going with this one? Camera space. Counter space is what I meant to say. If you don't have anywhere to set it down, you can then hang it on the wall, and that's pretty cool. It does have this warning label at the bottom. I guess this is just FCC rules and regulations. So the little bit of knowledge that I have on these products, basically how they work is they connect to your home Wi-Fi network, and then there's an app that you download on your smartphone, which allows you to connect to the device from anywhere, and then you can see your pet. A lot of them you can even talk to your pet, and obviously, of course, you can dispense treats for your pet. So let's bust this baby open and see what's inside. I love the fact that this is very frustration-free packaging. So far, it's just an easy pop it open. I don't need any scissors, no knives, no anything. Okay, so the first thing we have is, this is a USB adapter, wall adapter, and power cord. It looks like it's USB-A to USB-A, which is kind of weird. Yeah, it is. It's USB-A to USB-A. I wish it would be USB-C to USB-C, or at least USB-C to USB-A, because I don't really have a lot of these cables, but one end is right angled, which is kind of cool, and the other end is just straight. And then, of course, you've got your wall adapter. It is nice, though, that it's USB powered, because then we could literally really plug it into anything USB powered. So if you have those fancy outlets in your wall that have the USB ports, you could use one of those. So that's the first thing, is the power cord. Then we've got instructions. Let's see. These are scan to download the app. We got QR codes. And then obviously this goes over. Yeah, this is definitely an Asian product. And the reason that I can tell it's definitely an Asian product, they have lots of, I'm assuming that's Chinese, or I don't think it's Japanese. I think it's Chinese. Yeah, they have all the instructions in Asian language. And then you have a little card for if you need support or help. That's kind of nice that they're offering support for their device right off the bat. And this is just like, you know, a test pass to say that it was inspected. And then, of course, we have the device itself. And then that's the inside of the box. Nice packaging. I welcome any frustration-free packaging. Oh, wow, okay, there's like little suction cups on the bottom of it. That's kind of cool. So you could like suction cup it down to... Oh, yeah, whoa! So that your pet can't like tip it over. That's cool. I didn't know that it had that. Of course, it's time for the Wopet ASMR. All right, my first impressions of this device, it is very nice looking. And I mean it looks really high end. I love the shiny white and black finish with the camera on the front. You've got the set button on there. That's the only button that's on here. And then the hole down here for where the treats pop out. And you can put screws in the wall and hang it. Yeah, this is very nice made. Oh, it does have a speaker on the bottom of it. Okay, so I would assume you can then talk to your pet through this as well. And then there's your USB port. And of course, I'll get close-up shots of all of this stuff and insert them into the review. Okay, so now I gotta figure out, let's see. I'm going to look at the instructions just because I know I'll get a lot of flack. A lot of people going, you should have read the instructions, blah, 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 in the comment sections down below. And you know me, I don't really read instructions. I'm a hands-on guy. Dive in, push buttons, and figure it out. But, you know, I don't want to break it, so I'm going to use the instructions for what they're intended for. Let's see. I wanted to figure out how you're supposed to open the thing. I think you're supposed to unscrew it. Does this unscrew? Oh, okay, it just sort of pops off. Oh, that is... those suction cups really work. So the lid just sort of sits on there with friction. It's not anything that screws or anything. And then there's the inside with the motor and everything, and that's what would dispense the treats. And that's where you would fill it full of treats. All right, so now that I'm plugging everything in and getting it set up, one thing I noticed is the plug for it is on the side. And that's really great because if you want to put it up against the wall and hang it, then you don't have a plug jutting out of the back that's in the way, or if you want to put it on a counter and push it all the way against the wall. But also the right angle is really nice because if you wanted to put it in a corner where it might butt up against the wall, then this lets you get it up nice and close to the wall. They do give you a nice long cord. This has got to be 6 feet. Yeah, I'd say 6 feet is probably about right. Definitely enough cable. And I'm sure this is a very common cable. You can get them on Amazon. If you wanted a shorter one, you could buy one for like a couple dollars, or hop up to Micro Center if you have any of those Fry's Electronics, you know, wherever. Probably pick one up that's shorter. So one thing that I've noticed is I don't think you're going to be able to put any treats in there that are on the larger size. You're going to need like, if you're familiar with the Zooks or the little tiny round ones that are about the size of your thumbnail, you're going to have to put a smaller size treat in here. Something like these Scooby snacks, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like these Scooby snacks that I found at Petco the other day. Completely, totally awesome. I mean, why did they not have these things, you know, ages ago? Because Scooby-Doo's been around for forever. But these are kind of on the larger size. And I'm sure if you put it in there, you can see it doesn't exactly fit down inside I want to say the propeller, the impeller, the spinny bit that's inside. It doesn't fit, and it's definitely not going to fit coming out of the hole. Well, I guess it does fit in the hole, but I don't think that's going to work, so I'm not going to try these. They're too big. Those suction cups, wow, those suction cups work really, really well. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm a little bit unprepared. I don't have any smaller dog treats, and being I don't have a car and haven't for the last 2 weeks, I probably should have ordered something on Amazon, but, you know, wasn't really thinking about that, but I do have these bacon strips that I can break up into small pieces, and we can see how that works. You know, and I figured this will give you a good idea of whether you can do the exact same thing with treats, you know, break them up smaller. Alrighty, there is all the treats. They are all inside the machine. I'm gonna put the lid on. That's on there nice and tight. And I believe if you press and hold this button, it will manually dispense a treat. Let's see how that goes. Oh, it's working! Well, it shot out about 4 at once. Whoa! What is it doing? I don't think these treats work. Wait, why is it's just going and going? I think I did something wrong. I need to consult the instruction manual. Hang on a minute while I consult the instrucciones manual. Wherever that went. All right. So a little bit of that was user error. And I've noticed the treats have to be a certain size. If they're too little, then you get multiple pieces falling down in and it shoots multiple ones out at a time. If they're too big, it's going to jam and it's not going to be able to shoot one out, because I did get some bigger pieces in there and it shot one at a time. I'm not quite sure why this manual button releases it, like shoots out more than one. Like you can hear it click several times, which means it's shooting out more than one treat. Like, look, here's an example. It's whining, it's whirring, it's whirring, it's whirring. Click, one treat. It's whirring, it's whirring, it's whirring. Click, another treat. It's whirring, whirring, whirring. Click, another treat. I guess that button releases 3 treats at a time and not just one. I'll have to see if there's a setting where you can change that. But this is just my first initial thoughts of the machine. I like it. This is really cool. I just need proper size treats, as that's my problem. All right, so I've gone and connected the Wopet treat dispenser to my Wi-Fi network and downloaded the app for it. It was a very simple setup, took about 1 to 2 minutes, and had a step-by-step guide to show you exactly what you needed to do. Now I'm going to try using the app. That's what the app looks like, and I'm going to try using the app to dispense some treats. You just got to tap the little treat on there, hold it down, and it will dispense a treat. I guess it, using the manual button or the app, it dispenses 3 treats at a time, or, I guess if more than one treat were to fall into the little mechanism, it would do more than 3, but for all intents and purposes, it gives 3 dispersals of treats. And I did notice that it ran out of treats, and it told me on the app that it ran out of treats. That's pretty cool, so that when you're not at home, you'll know whether it's got treats in it or not. Welcome to the Wopet iOS app. I'm on an iPhone 10, and this is the very first thing that you'll see when you launch the app. It's going to prompt you to add a device. So if we just click on Add Device, and then you can see all the pictures, and we're going to select dog camera because that's the one that I'm wanting to connect. And then yes, that's it. And then of course it's going to tell you make sure that you're close to your Wi-Fi router, that both your phone and the device, the camera is close enough to your Wi-Fi router for good reception. Then you're going to hold down the button on the front of the device for 15 seconds, and it will go ding dong. And then hit next. Make sure that you're on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network because this device won't work on the 5 gigahertz. I wish that it did, but you know, minor details. Anyways, so then hit next. It's going to recognize the network that you're already connected to. You'll put in your Wi-Fi password. I have changed my password after this video, so this is irrelevant now. And then you'll hit next, confirm that that is the correct password. And then you'll get a QR code that you're going to stick in front of the camera on the front of the device. And just sort of move it back and forth. And then you'll get a beep noise to confirm that it was scanned. And then it'll go through the pairing process, which doesn't take very long. You can see 5%, 6%. This is just connecting the device up to your network and registering it.
Paired successfully.
And then it will take you to the main home screen where you can see the live camera feed. There I am. I'm going to come around. Hi, everyone. Yep, that's me. And then obviously you can if you hold the treat button down for like 3 seconds, a little treat flies across the video feed and they will begin dispensing. Okay. And you'll notice it says no food on there. That's because it ran out, and it'll tell you when it runs out of treats. If you hit this button here, the one that's on the right is for listening, so if you want to listen to your pet. The one on the left is for if you want to speak to your pet. The one that looks like a little video camera on the bottom is for if you want to record the video feed, and the one on the top is for if you want to take a photo from the video feed. And then you'll see you can put in, here's the settings, you can put in your pet's information, year, how old, the breed, all of that stuff, a picture of your pet. This gets kind of detailed. You can name the device. I just have it set at the default dog camera. You can do record video settings. You've got default sound, none. Volume for the volume of the actual speaker on the device. You can see all of the device info, including the firmware version. And then you can connect this up to Alexa. I have yet to do that, but I will demonstrate that in the video. And you can have Alexa give out treats to your pet. All right, here you can see I have my Alexa device, and then next to that I have the Wopet feeder. And if I say, Alexa, open Wopet feeder.
Welcome to Wopet feeder. You can say like Jack feed 1.
Jack feed 1.
Feeder name Jack might be offline. Please check your feeder and ask feeding again, or saying stop to end this conversation.
Stop.
Goodbye.
And you can clearly see that the green light means it is online, and I've tried literally everything. I've tried rebooting the Alexa device, I've tried rebooting the Wopet device, and I can go into the app and everything functions normally and just fine. But to be fair, I really can't think of a scenario where I would really need to use Alexa in order to give a treat. Really, you only would really use this treat dispenser mainly when you were away from home to keep your pet entertained and so that they don't feel like they were abandoned. But anyways, you can just use the phone app and it works just fine. But I was unable to get the Alexa skill to work, as were a number of people, because if you go on the Alexa skill in the Amazon app, you can see tons of people complaining that it doesn't work. But that's basically the app. You do have full screen mode, obviously. And then you can see me on the full screen mode. Hi, everybody. And then obviously you can exit out of full screen. It does have HD video mode, which will give you a higher resolution. Of course, it requires better data connection, but it works just fine. And you can see it's a little bit jittery, but you know, it's not too bad. A little bit of lag and latency, but it's definitely good enough to be able to view your pet and communicate with them. Let's see if I put it on SD. Yeah, the SD, there's still a little bit of latency in the SD, but let's put it on smooth. They also have smooth. Oh yeah, smooth is a lot better because, I mean, the video quality is not as good, but smooth is almost an exact duplicate of what I'm doing. There's a little bit of lag, but overall, I'm impressed with the video quality because this is just relying on my Wi-Fi network. I'm not exactly close to my router either, and I get a lot of interference from all of my neighbors' crap. So I'm really surprised that this is working as well as it is. All right, so here's a look at the Wopet camera video feed. I wanted to give an example. This is right after sunset, so it's pretty dark in this room. I mean, I can visually still see things with my own eyes, but it's very dimly lit. So this is how it performs in low light. The Wopet camera also has night vision, and I think that's really great because if you're away during the middle of the night and you want to check in on your pet, you can do so. And you can see there's Bailey right there on the screen. Now, one thing I've noticed, the night vision doesn't really go very far. You have to literally be a few feet from the camera. So if you have your dog caged across the room, you're not going to see anything at all. Only what's a few feet in front, but I'm going to give a treat right now. And there you can see Bailey right there. Okay, one other really cool feature about this device, it has two-way audio communication, and that means you can hear your pet as well as speak to your pet. And in order for me to demonstrate that without a bunch of annoying feedback, I'm going to have to walk off screen and into another room, and that'll give a good test of how, not only how loud the device is. My microphone is like maybe a foot or two away from the device, and the sound comes out from the bottom of the device. The speaker is on the bottom right here. So let's give it a try and see how it works.
Hello, this is a test of the Wopet dog treat dispenser. How does this sound? Is it clear? Can you hear me? It sounds really loud. I can hear it all the way down the hall. Holy crap. Actually, I think it's really loud.
Ugh, a little bit of that feedback as I got closer to it. Wow, that was pretty impressive because I could hear noise coming from it all the way at the other end of my basement in another room. So I think that's successful. Your pet's definitely going to hear you talking out of the machine, and if you don't keep them caged and you let them run around your house, they are definitely going to come running to this treat dispenser, anxiously awaiting that amazing treat. So now it's time to introduce the device to Bailey. All right, so my initial first impression, I love this device. It works really, really well. I just need to get proper sized treats because these little bacon things that I broke up into little pieces, they crumble too easily and they just sort of get stuck in the machine, or, you know, I need some of those little Zook round ones that are about thumbnail size. So far, though, I love it. But it really doesn't matter whether I like it or not. What really matters is, does Bailey like it? So I'm going to take this upstairs, stick it in the kitchen, and we're going to see how Bailey reacts to it and whether she likes it.
Oh, yep, there she is. She's getting the treat. I know the camera's not quite
One thing that I've noticed with this dispenser is if you don't have the right size treat in it, it won't always fling the food out far enough for the treat. Sometimes it just sort of falls out of the chute and then onto the counter, and that's because it didn't go far enough. So having the right size treat in the dispenser is crucial to proper operation. So I've been testing the Wopet smart camera with treat dispenser for about a week now, and here's some things to take away from this device. They're not really things that are negative about it, it's just things that I would change in future revisions to make it better. One thing I would change, and the main thing I would change, is I would make the camera on here tilt up and down, because if you put this device up on a counter or anywhere that's not at your pet's eye level, then you really can't see your pet, and isn't that the whole point of this device? Another thing that I would change, I would make the speaker clearer, because the audio is kind of muffled and muddy. It's not really that clear, but it does work well enough for your pet to hear you and to attract them over to the device. I would definitely make this lid screw on instead of just kind of sit on here with friction, because if your pet knocks it over, the lid's probably going to come off, and then they're going to get into all the treats. You know, I would definitely change those few things. I would make it work with 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Something that I would really love to see implemented is a way to set how many dispersals of treats come out. Right now they have it defaulted to 3, I believe, from what I've seen when testing it. And it shoots 3 dispersals of treats. And I'd like to be able to make that 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, however many, so that I can give my pet less or more treats. Those are just some of the things I would change about the device. Otherwise, it's a great device overall, and I love the way that it functions, and it's been working flawlessly. I haven't had any problems with it, and Bailey seems to love it as well. At the time of this review, the Wopet treat dispenser is selling for $137 on Amazon. Just for being a Try This subscriber, you can click the link in the description box below, where you can get an exclusive $25 off for a limited time only, thanks to Wopet. Well, you guys, that's going to do it for another episode of Try This. A big thank you and big shout out to Wopet for sending this device over so that I could review it. I'm so glad that it turned out to be a wonderful device, and I will definitely be implementing it into my everyday life. And if you liked this video, then you should definitely check out one of the links over here or over here, wherever I decide to put them. I don't know, but they'll be on the screen, because that's where you can find extra content, and especially the Patreon link, because that's where you can gain access to all of my secret videos for as little as $1. And then you need to head on over to YouTube, where you can hit that subscribe button and smash the bell icon so that you don't miss anything here at Tilted Tripod Media. Give the video a big fat thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It lets me know that you care. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.